Now, if you think that having a less than 5% chance of survival was bad, the last variant was the worst. The plague had an absolutely astounding death rate. With an incubation time, that is the time of exposure to the onset of symptoms, anywhere between 1 day to 1 week, an infected individual who didn't have any symptoms was able to pass on the disease without even knowing it. There were 3 major known variants. The bubonic form was the least lethal. Once infected, a person would exhibit flu-like symptoms, most notably high fevers, followed by fatigue and cough, of which the latter could become very bloody. This would occur as Yersinia pestis, again the bacteria, made its way through the body's organs, causing some of them to shut down. Eventually, the contagion would make its way into the lymphatic system, accumulating in the lymph nodes. These nodes would swell, resulting in the characteristic plague boils, usually in the groin, the armpit, or the neck. Now, some of these nodes would grow immense and could cause major disfigurement. Now, if these massively swollen lymph nodes were able to rupture through the skin, they would open up, spilling the fluid contents within, which of course would be teeming with bacteria and ready to infect another. In fact, for that matter, most fluid that was carrying the bacteria that was excreted from the body, that is, by coughing, bleeding, vomiting, etc., was infectious if it was touched, or even worse, if it was ingested. The mortality rate of the bubonic variant was approximately 60%, which gave you the best chance for survival if you had the plague. And yes, this does mean that there were those who had the plague who did manage to live through it. Now, the pneumonic form occurred when the bacteria got into the lungs. People would start vomiting and coughing up blood almost immediately. This variant was extremely infectious and could be passed through the air. The mortality rate of this variant would run in the 95 to 100% range, depending on the region that you were in. Now, if you think that having a less than 5% chance of survival was bad, the last variant was the worst. If the bacterial count in the body reached maximum density and then spilled into the bloodstream, you would end up with the septicemic variant of the plague. The body would simply go into massive shock and shut down, and no one recovered from this.